Near, 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 rip a hole in the sun. Welcome to Cum Paude. Why would you cum soft when you can cum louder? Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Cum Laude. Cum Paude. You already know who it is coming at you for another one. Week 2 of our NFL season. Week 2 of the Public Honors College of Fantasy 2024 championship run. I am joined here today by the esteemed, the one and only, the recently 35 birthday boy, mi hijo, mi hermano, the firmalicious extraordinaire Dame Judi Dench. Buddy, we got a great show today. What do you think?
Hey, Pouty. Hey, we're back at it again. Week 1 is in the books. It couldn't be a more exciting time of the year now that we do have the season kicked off. Everybody's got a good idea. Not really a good idea, but some kind of idea of what their team's going to be able to do this year. Some teams fell flat in week 1. Some teams have more to gain in week 2, and we'll see what happens. Excited for the year to be kicked off again, and there ain't no party like a pouty party. There's a pouty party. Don't stop. I'm excited to get into the fastest 7 minutes and recap week 1. So let's go ahead and cue that music. Week 1, we had John Wilkes Tooth facing off against the Minnesota Anti-Dentites. The Dentites come through strong with a 113-97 victory. Carried by the Bears defense, putting up 25 points with Tyreek Hill also in the 20s and CJ Stroud in the 20s. Good, solid performance across the board from the Dentites. And on Wilkes Tooth, sounds like you got quarterback problems, brother. Deshaun Watson versus Joe Burrow there, both not putting up good points. Actually started Watson over Burrow, so brain play there as Watson did outperform Burrow, but just not enough to get the points that you needed. Chris Godwin looked good as per usual. Baker Mayfield threw 4 touchdowns, so one of them did go to Godwin, but no other big time production that you need in this league to be able to get a victory. Minnesota Anti-Dentites gets the win. Next, we had the Pubic Medusas, our reigning back-to-back champion, going up against Boons over Miami, and the Medusas does get it done. 134-112. Jordan Mason filling in very nicely for Christian McCaffrey, who was a late scratch and who is now gone to the IR, so we'll see how Jordan Mason continues to push for the former champ, reigning champ, let's call it that. Mike Evans continues to do what he does, just catch touchdowns, and more proof that running backs still are king in fantasy, as the Pubic Medusas leverages Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, Jordan Mason, and King Henry himself to get a good, strong, solid victory. Great points out of Josh Allen, Brian Robinson Jr., and Steph Diggs, but pretty much surrounded by other turds on the team this week. Didn't get that supporting cast production that you needed to go up against the reigning champion. Medusas gets the win. Then we've got the surprise victory of the week. All hail ESPN takes down Doge City. Did not see that one coming, but hey, there's still gas in the tank for All Hail ESPN. We've been pooing all over this team of how it's been aged, not many trades happening, but they get it done. Cooper Kupp is back. Let's say Cooper Kupp is back. Really strong performance out of the gate. Shows that 21 targets, I think. The next closest was 12 targets in the league in week 1. Cooper Kupp just doing what he does, and with Puka Nacua going down, Cooper Kupp is going to either draw more coverage or just remain dominant as he was 2 years ago. And he got strong support. Pat Mahomes didn't have a huge game, but got some points. And Rashee Rice, David Montgomery, those players just put up the points enough, 114 to 110 to get the win. On the Doge City side, Jake Moody was not enough. You've seen it in social media all week long of the Moody performance, getting all those points. We've already heard it. Brian, Chris Boswell did just the same thing. He did a great job. Chris Boswell is incredible. Great work there. But Moody could not put enough points to make that comeback in the Doge City all-hail matchup. Quarterback kind of let him down there this week. Looks like he's going to change it out from Justin Herbert over to Jake Daniels, trying to get some more of those points, get some of that rushing upside. And Ramondre Stevenson was a little bit, I don't want to say a surprise, but kind of a surprise here. Had a really strong week, bounced back a little bit from last year. And that's going to be a good thing to look for Doge City as this year continues. So All Hail does get that win as a surprise. And I think we're going to look at All Hail as being maybe that spoiler team this year that's going to give some teams some losses when they didn't think they would, which is all great for the league. Next, we're going to the big high-scoring matchup. We knew this was going to be a great game. We knew there was going to be a lot of points. Bermuda, Talon goals at the Big Dak Energy. Bermuda jumped out very hot and heavy with Saquon Barkley getting lots of points and ends up getting the victory, 132 to 128. Lamar put up good, solid points and just strong support across the board. Yet again, that's what victory looks like in this league, is when you get points spread across the board. Outside of getting one of those guys that somehow puts up 30, 40 points, you just need a really good, strong supporting cast. And yet again, Big Dak has a really strong week one showing just as last year and just comes up short, gets faced up against somebody that has their, one of their big, strongest weeks. And I don't want to say any kind of support, but hey, if we're talking about marginal scoring and talking about doing additional matchups against the mean scoring, this would have helped Big Dak, but we did not vote for that, and we're not going to vote for that. That's just not fantasy football. Just came up short. Amon-Ra was definitely the letdown. 4 points was the margin of victory. Amon-Ra only got 2 or 3 points. All those points with Jameson Williams there in Detroit. But, solid play otherwise. This is not anything against Big Dak Energy. Just lost a game against a really good team, so we'll see how they bounce back too. Next, we got the Jumbo winners, who were losers this week. Best Healthy Twins gets the win over them, 171. Joe Mixon just showed up with a new team in Texans and doing great. Zach Moss shows that he is the RB1 in Cincinnati for now. There's some question marks of the timeshare he'd have with Chase Brown, but Zach Moss is showing that he's going to get the carries. He's going to be the primary guy there. The big hit here for Best Healthy Twins is they do lose Puka Nacua. For how long, not sure just yet. Looks like he's gone to the IR, so that's at least 4 weeks. Jumbo winner was let down by their running backs. Probably should have gotten better performance out of Zamir White and Chuba Hubbard, while Chuba is still going to get the carries there in Carolina, but Carolina just can't do much of anything. So not sure how that's going to look for future matchups. The young receivers did, what we'd want from them out of Malik Neighbors and George Pickens. Fortunately, Jordan Addison does come out with a little bit of an injury. Out this week in week 2, not sure how long that's going to hit the Jumbo winners. And we lose a tight end in David Gioque. So not a good week for the Jumbo winners, but we'll see how they can bounce back in week 2. Best Healthy Twins gets the win. Then there is yours truly, James Judy Gents. It was Marty's Mussy going against John's Bussy. The Mussies, Dame Judy Dench gets the win, 121 to 94. This is proof that defenses and kickers win championships. If I can win a championship this year. I know everybody's been going back and forth about defenses. We've already voted defenses out, and we're on the ropes of voting the kickers out. But there was a lot of points out of Dallas's D and Dallas's kicker for the Dame Judy's. And Alvin Kamara is back. Got the trade from John's Bussy to get Alvin Kamara and get the victory here. And Dame Judy's bench lights it up as well. So it's going to probably produce quite a few challenging flex plays as we go on. Jaden Reed was the real one to shine there for John's Bussy. Jordan Love had a great game before having to leave in the last possession of that game. Jordan Love looks like he's rehabbing kind of well. He's going to be out this week 2, but maybe not be out for as extended as people thought with the MCL sprain. And Olave's lackluster performance was enough for John's Bussy to say, I'm done this year, 100%. I might have been 99.8%. Now I'm 100%. And he trades Olave and gets a hell of a haul with 2 first-round picks and the running back 1 there in Green Bay and Wilson. Dame Judy Dench takes down John's Bussy for a week 1 victory. Last game of week 1 was Laporta Potties at the Cum Sales. There was some trash talk going into this week, and the Cum Sale backs it up with a 104 to 71 victory. Steady scoring throughout their team. Xavier Worthy looks like just the fastest man on the planet right now. We'll see how he continues with that work. And the LGBTQB was very low impact. That was one of the holes on this roster going into this year as they started filling up from draft over draft. And we'll see how Caleb Williams continues to develop in the NFL with a strong supporting cast there in Chicago. But they get the victory nonetheless. Laporta Potty at Outchain put up good points, but no one else really able to put up points for that team and only able to garner 71 one week. So that was week 1 in the books, fast as 7 minutes. Excited to see what week 2 brings. Week 1, if we're looking at predictions, we had Riva Derche Keelatard's preseason predictions going 3-4, and Nick's picks against the spread 4-3. So we're going to jump it on over to me, co-host, in the other booth with week 2 Nick's picks. Take it away, Picky Nicky.
Hey, Nick's picks didn't turn out too bad. Not too bad at all. We had a great first week, man. I really, really loved it. Good to see the chatter kind of going on. I mean, this is what we've been training for. All those reps, all those snaps, all those laps, all those baps, baby. We were preparing for this, and we got it. And it did not disappoint. Solid plus money week for Nick's picks. Let's see if we can run it back for one more. We've got a number of solid matchups here, but really, we've got a few stinkers too. A few that are, massive spreads, the types that you don't normally see in our fantasy league. We've got some of kind of the bottom teams up here playing the top teams, but anything can happen in fantasy football. Let's get right into it. John Wilkes Tooth heading to the Cum Sale. Ooh, given 9.5 against what looks like a team that may compete for a playoff spot this had a playoff spot last year, may compete for a playoff spot this year. John Wilkes Tooth getting 9.5. Cum Sale coming off of a win, though, that was more of just a pillow fight by Caponia. Hate to really bet against myself in this one in an outright win, because I don't think that's going to happen. But the Cum Sale, baby, we going to cover the 9.5. Good, lock that shit up. The Porta Potties laying 9.5 at Doge City. Good grief. That is a big spread for Doge with some players that can really light it up on occasion. That is the type of team that can get stuff done. It's going to take a big ground game and a big ground effort. I also think La Porta Potties is due for a massive bounce back week here. However, there's no way they're covering 17.5 after getting the doors blown off. Absolutely not. Doge City to cover. Lock that shit up. 25.5 now. The Medusas trying to turn Patty into stone. Beth's Healthy Twins. Now, are we going to get maybe a different game from Pat this week out of some of his players? Perhaps. He's already got Waddle kind of in the game, and that hasn't gone well. Jeffrey definitely laying it on. Here with Jordan Mason, hoping for the best. The Mason jar. 25.5 is a lot of points, and as you see, I like a lot more close matchups this week. So Beth's Healthy Twins to cover. Pow. All Hell ESPN is getting 36.5 against the Bermuda Talongals. James Cook's already in the door with 28 points. Let James cook. Let Baker bake. Let James cook. Buddy, I think in this rare instance, the Bermuda Talongals actually gets it done and covers this massive number. We're looking at potentially a 6-touchdown win here for the Bermudas. Click. Lock it up. Dame Judy laying 8.5 at Minnesota. Tyreek's only in the door with 5 points. It was a rough Thursday night for the Fins. There's Olave now in the mix that could shake some things up, and a team that certainly has a division title in their sights. I think probably already at this early point in the season. Mostly due to the weakness of the division. However, Dame Judy laying 8.5. I think my co-host, Neo Romano, he gets it done. 8.5. We're going with a favorite in this one. Minnesota Sordix. Sorry, you are heading into the losers column. Moons over Miami. versus Big Dak. The Moon's getting 13.5, almost 2 touchdowns. I tell you what, I would lean at 14, man. I am hammering 14.5 even. I'm buying a point. I'm hammering Moons over the hammy. However, at 13.5, give me Big Dak. Lock it up with Josh Allen already in the gates with only 12 points. And our last match for this weekend is John's Bussy against the Jumbo Winners. John's Bussy trying to lose. Jumbo Winners trying. Jumbo Winners is trying. Plus 14.5 for John's Bussy. I don't know, a team that seems like they're trying to lose, the 2 worst in the league. I mean, this could be a 65-63 game. Give me the Jumbo Winners. Give me the man from Florida. Give me Brian. Lock it up, getting over 2 tutties. Buddy, I am excited about this week. I think we've definitely got a clean sweep here on Nick's picks, and I'm going to throw it back to you for our final thoughts.
I'm excited for week 2. We'll see how those predictions land. This is going to be, an exciting year. I like the parity this league has, and I like everything that we can do here. Let's have a good week. It's Sunday. We'll get this out to you as soon as we can. Hopefully I can get this to land before the 1 p.m. start. And good luck to everybody.
Hell yeah, great show again. Another good week, too. Say goodnight, Fermi.
Good night, Fermi.
Thank you for listening to the official podcast of the Public Honors College Fantasy Football League. Coom quickly, coom often, and coom loud.